Interwoven. This is a really interesting piece, and one I very much appreciate, especially in our current political climate with tariffs and us realizing the effects of globalization and trying to find quality work with dignity and trying to reinvent a new way of doing it. I think this was a really effective piece in bringing us through the history, hearing people's stories, great variety of subjects in this film. I very much appreciated the diversity of experiences, and then getting to see through this one specific area how, and one specific industry, how this has progressed over the years. And we can see all the different factors kind of bouncing off one another. And not only was it a great history lesson, but it was a lovely look into the future of what the possibilities are. It's not just leaving us with this problem, it's this call to action of this is what is potential. And we don't have to just admit defeat when the almighty corporate powers have their way or send work elsewhere. I think they'll spark a great conversation. Really gorgeous cinematography, comfortable subjects. It felt very intimate, and all of the past images and historical references I thought were excellent just to weave this story together.
Interwoven. The ability for these people to not only sustain the quality of the material that they make, but to improve the quality of the working conditions within which they make this material. There's a lot talked about in this piece. There's history, there's technical details about the making of products, but what really resonates above all of that is the workers' rights of it all. How times have changed, how we've celebrated those in the past that have created milestones so that things are better now, and how we're continuing to work, how we know these people in North Carolina know that the work is never done and that always more can be done to improve the lives of the worker and improve, which will thereby, of course, always improve the company and the product itself. I think one of the most resonating quotes from this was that there are a lot of places in this country that are good to be from, but not a lot of places or enough that are good to be. And I think that's the one that really stays with you long after watching this.
Interwoven. I like the title, and I like how in the documentary they talk about how that came about, really, the meaning of interwoven for this documentary. So nice opening quote, really nice black and white photos throughout, and good music, which I think is appropriate for the tone. And I like the use of music, and sometimes there wasn't any music at all, and I really like that a lot. Sometimes no music is better for what's happening in the scene. Really great camera work and overhead shots. I really like that sign, Dignity of Work. I thought that was the sign / monument. I thought it was really cool and really nice to kind of get a little information on the one woman that's still alive that was in it. So really cool, really good interviews. I like what this is about, that some of these people and companies are taking the waste stream of these clothes and repurposing them for similar products. I was literally just thinking about that the other day. What happens to all the clothes when they're even, go to the end of their use. So I love that there's a thing such as that company. So really great job there. And that these companies are creating, sustainability with textiles. I think it's really great. And I kind of wish that you had opened with that in the beginning, because I wasn't quite sure where it was headed. But I really like all the content you have here, the information. I love that it's creating careers, and how they said when one succeeds, the community succeeds, which is where Interwoven comes in. And really like that a lot. And I just love what you guys are doing. So great work on this documentary. I think the amount of content was great. The pacing was great. The length of it was great. And the camera work and the editing and the interviews and pretty much all of it. I just wish there was just a little bit in the beginning about exactly, I mean, I think that's probably why the quote was there, but I think I like to kind of know exactly what I'm getting into right in the front of it. But I mean, that's just such a little critique, but overall, I really like this a lot, and I really want to see more of these companies exist. So great job.
This documentary was really well made. It went into the full history of this little town and this textile mill. It even found someone who's still living from way back when, who's in her 80s now, when they opened up the museum in North Carolina for this, in this small little town. It's amazing the dedication that the people who remain have to this textile factory mill. They have that they're still trying to bring it back, that they want innovation back like it was back in the 30s and 40s. They want the Industrial Revolution to come back, where the United States can thrive again and create its own textiles, such as North Carolina still having that particular one, but they said they can see that people are leaving. And it's kind of a bittersweet story that they're telling this, that people are leaving because they need to make a living and they don't find a career in a textile mill. But at the same time, everybody who's there is hoping it can come back, where the middle class, the working class, can still thrive, and that these textile mills will come back where it's not just 10 workers, but will be 100, and it will be a sustainable industry again. It's really a bittersweet story where that still has hope in it, that this town will come back, that it will be back in its heyday like it was several decades ago. And you can tell that these people still have hope and love for this town, for this mill. They still very much love their community.